Hello everybody, I hope you're doing fantastically well. It is Connor here and we are back with another reacting to, and we've got a few things to react to today. Alan Smith, he seems to be doing this quite a lot before the big game, and obviously he's a person of interest, isn't he? He's played for both clubs, was a massive figure for Leeds, so we're going to be talking about Smudge. It's going to be really interesting as well. Let me know in the comment section below, have you forgiven Alan Smith? Has time gone too far to still be hating him, or do you still absolutely despise Alan Smith for what he did with the big game coming up this weekend against arch rivals Manchester United? We're also going to be talking about Leeds United on the verge of Europe and why that is now a massive thing, and why we need to be talking about that in light of Leeds United's progression, in light of the European Super League and the sanctions that could be made to the top 6 clubs. And also we're going to be reflecting on why Ellen Road it's turning into a bit of a fortress at this moment in time, isn't it? Leeds haven't been beaten there by Chelsea, by Liverpool, and we're starting to get a very good record at Ellen Road in 2021. So let's get into it. So straight away, my ex-favourite player, one of the reasons I used to have sort of bleached, dyed blonde hair, the reason I used to have the spiky hair, the reason I had 17 Smith on my back, Alan Smith, as I say, one of my, if not my favourite player when I was a youngster. It was him and Kuhl. Not the best two to choose from. But he was on a Manchester United podcast not long ago, actually. It was last weekend, I think, and I had a little bit of a listen to it. And isn't it really interesting with regards to him being on this podcast and him not being given the olive branch, really, to come on Leeds United's official podcast? And obviously we know the reasoning behind it. It's very rough with Leeds fans, and water under the bridge, I don't think it is quite there yet, to be honest. I think there's a lot of Leeds fans. I think it's 50-50. I did something on Smith last time on the channel, and I think it really is 50-50 in terms of Leeds fans who have an absolute disdain for him and Leeds fans who are like, meh, okay. And I think in the comment section below you guys will reflect that, so please let me know exactly what you think of Alan Smith. But I'm sort of in the middle with him. I sort of hate what he did. I hate the fact he kissed the Leeds badge not long after he left. I hate the fact that he said he'd never go there, but I also know that there were no offers on the table that would immediately give Leeds that money, apart from Manchester United. Newcastle was all in instalments. Liverpool was all in instalments. So, and he wanted to do good for the club. It's just the fact that he went there. That's what killed it off. And you do always think about the Leeds Man United games, because there was so many images of Smith in those big games in the early 2000s, giving it the big and scoring at Old Trafford and you know, really reveling it, kissing the badge at Old Trafford as well. So it was always a little bit sore for Leeds, but there has been a long time that has gone by now. But he said, you know, the passion that both clubs have got, and that's why I loved playing for both clubs. And you can understand that. Listen, he's right. They are, even though we don't like them, the red side are a passionate bunch, as we are, and I think that's the whole Northern Soul thing, isn't it? Just because they are very, very similar. Leeds fans don't like me saying it, but the characteristics of both clubs are very, very similar. And that would sort of, I don't know whether or not Smith's on social media. I don't think he is anymore. I think a lot of his business dealings are actually in America. So it just shows that he still is in a lot of contact with Leeds United fans, whether or not that's family, whether or not that's friend, which is quite interesting. They're very similar in terms of the beliefs, the history of the clubs, which I'm not sure about that one. And the people who were involved in it, which only Smith will be able to comment on. He won't be able to comment on it anymore because obviously he's not been involved with the club for nigh on 2 decades. And the styles, and I don't know what he means by the styles. If he's talking about playing styles, they couldn't be more different. You know, manager styles, they couldn't be more different. Ownership styles, they couldn't be more different. You know, kit colours, they couldn't be more different. You know, maybe the fact it's Yorkshire, Lancashire styles, maybe in the community, but I don't really know what he's going on about there. But yeah, he said the passion of the fans is very, very similar. I think that's why it made my transition quite easy in that first year. And of course, what made the transition easier is the fact that you're surrounded by world-class players, which made it easier. Just had to stick and twist. No, but he's right. Listen, he went to a club which was on the up, wasn't it? And well, on the up. It had been the dominant side in England for many, many years, and Smith was part of that project. You know, and something really positive to draw on before the Manchester United game this weekend is Elland Road being somewhat of a fortress. You know, the Super League sides, the top six, we've not been beaten at home so far this season, and I think we're on record right at this moment in time in being the only side to have not been beaten by one of the top six sides at home, which is incredible to say how leaky we were at home at the start of the season. And it's really impressive. In 2021, we've conceded 6 goals at home. We've played Chelsea, as I've said, we've played Liverpool, we've played some top sides, and it's really turned around at Elland Road, and I think that's because we've adopted a bit more of a pragmatic play. In play, we're changing a little bit more to what the opposition caters, and that's going to be pivotal in this game versus Manchester United. But that is a massive thing in the way of Leeds going up against Man United this week, and we know it's going to be a really tough game, of course, but since that 6-2 mauling at Old Trafford, and I say mauling, we still had many chances, 17 shots on goals, but, you know, they could have also had a fair few more, to be honest with you. There has been a difference in Leeds' style, Leeds' approach, how we go about games, and that's something, as I've said, that we're going to have to take into this game because, listen, they're world-class players. Paul Pogba didn't even play against us last time, which says a lot. You know, is he going to feature this weekend? We know that if Leeds are going to be pressing against them, he's someone who can surpass that press because of his individual quality. But Leeds have got a chance this weekend, and we're making Elland Road, as I said at the start, a little bit of a fortress, which is good. You know, at this moment in time, I'd actually rather Leeds be playing at home than away. We're gaining some real momentum. We've got all of our centre-backs really back and ready. Obviously, Liam Cooper suspended, but aside from that, we're getting some real nice cohesive partnerships going. And Leeds are looking much stronger, in my opinion, going into this game. We're not playing 2-8s anymore. Stewart's going to fit in that role. We've got Forshaw coming back. It really is positive signs for Leeds United. And the Elland Road thing is absolutely massive in this Premier League calendar. Now, we had to talk about it, didn't we? The Super League and the disbanding of it, which was absolutely excellent to see. I've not reacted on it since. I made 2 videos about the topic and how infuriated I was by it and the greed in football, which hurts me, and it affecting my club, our club, 16 years out, and us not getting that gratification of playing and beating the top clubs for years and years to come. But listen, this lot should be and maybe docked points. They're going to be fined heavily, but it's not enough. We know it's not enough because they're bankrolled. They might be in debt, but a lot of them, including Manchester United, never see the debt. But they're going to, I think some of these owners, they're that fraudulent. I think they're going to strip the assets of these clubs when they leave these clubs, which is going to leave these clubs in absolute turmoil no matter what happens with their merchandise sales and their global reach. So that's something to look at. But looking at the here and now, they need to be dot points. You know, Leeds United, Crewe Alexandra, Wigan, Blackpool, Portsmouth. These are all examples of the lower league clubs that have been dot points for the financial mismanagement of our owners. And that has to be applied in the same manner to these top clubs. It shouldn't be because the top clubs, they get away with it. That's not democracy. That's not meritocracy. It's not how football works. And the same ruling needs to be applied to these top clubs. Now, if they are dot points, this is a real opportunity for Leeds United, because if there are dot points, I think the minimum is probably about 6 points that they're looking at. The maximum could be 20 points. We know there's going to be lawsuits that are going to be compiled by these big clubs, and we've seen when Manchester City have gone against FIFA for the transfer embargo, City absolutely battered FIFA, and it was quite embarrassing, to be honest. What I'm trying to say is if these do get dot points and Leeds continue with this upward trajectory, we've got teams to play: Burnley, Brighton, Southampton, West Bromwich Albion. We've got all these teams to play. We've got some points against clubs that we didn't expect to get points against. Manchester City, Liverpool. Could we do the same against Manchester United this weekend? It's going to be a tall order, of course it is. But in the last 5 games, we're third in the form table. So if we do start picking up these points, getting this consistency in the starting lineup, getting Rafinha back, Leeds could really be on an upward trajectory. And this Europe thing could be a lot closer than we all imagine right now. You know, it could be 2 or 3 weeks. Leeds could be staring Europe right in the face. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little sort of update, me reacting to certain things that are going on in the Leeds United stratosphere. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below to the 3 topics that we've spoken about in this video. Your preview will be coming tomorrow. tomorrow, hopefully with Senor Brownie, the return of the Brown. And guys, have a lovely one. Make sure you check out the Rafinha specials that are on sale now in the link in the description below. We've got a wide range of designs. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As I say, if you are new, do us a solid, subscribe to the channel, guys, and I will see you in a bit. Cheers.